Ray DiMaggio.
And I'm Katrina Mullally.
As this year comes to an end, we want to look back on some of the most memorable moments we shared with Dr. Herron this year as our acting principal.
Before we start, we would like to thank Dr. Herron for all the times we've had. This year was truly one to remember. From his heartwarming stories and the lessons we take away from them, to the ice cream truck awaiting us in the courtyard.
From returning from the walkathon to an acai bowl truck, to all the smiles and laughs we shared, we became a close family.
We will cherish these moments forever. Now let's take a look.
I think the one thing I want to say is thank you. We had a great year. We did a lot of good things together. It's been a hard year, but it was a good year. We took our masks off. We saw each other. We got back into school. And along the way, we had a good time. The graduates who are leaving this year, this is a group that I'm going to be very happy to walk down the aisle with. They're graduating, but I get to do it too. And I can't think of a better crowd to walk down the aisle with. One of the things we said from the beginning of the year was that we were all in this together. That teachers were going to be completely committed to being who they were and to working hard. That students were going to do that. And for the most part, I think we did. The first day I said that the big things we want to do, good teachers and good students. We love our subjects. We love our teachers, we love our students, and I think we've really tried to do that. And I'm really proud of the faculty for working as hard as they have, but I'm really proud of the students too, and so grateful to everybody for really digging in and making that happen. Being a teacher is so much fun. Nobody, or very few people, ever get into education because they want to be principals. They get into education because they like their subjects. They like being with students. So every day, 5 or 6 periods a day, it's like, this is vaudeville. You get to do 5 shows a day, 5 days a week, and if you do it right, the room lights up, and if you do it badly, everybody looks at you like they're collapsing. You get instant feedback, either positive or negative, and you get to be in the room with students. So that's really exciting. Being a principal is really exciting because you get to kind of set the frame for all of that. You help to pick the teachers. You get to encourage young teachers and support veteran teachers. You get to meet parents. One of the great things about being here this year is just meeting parents and being with them. And they both have their gifts. They both have their challenges. But all in all, whatever you're doing here, it's a good deal to do. This place from the day I walked in, and I'm going to continue to love it for the rest of my life. This is home. And I'd love to be as involved or supportive as I can be, depending upon what the new principal and the faculty and students may need along the way. But but once you fall in love, you can't fall out. Yeah.
So I've known Dr. Herron. My freshman year, he was a teacher here. He always taught the seniors, so I never really got to talk to him. But as soon as we met him, all of the executive board members met him before school started. And so we got to talk to him and bring up ideas. And he was so supportive and he was so enthusiastic, and he couldn't wait for the school year to start. I think throughout this whole year, there hasn't been one time where he's told me no, you can't do that. And he's always been supportive. And even if the answer was no to an event, he still came back and gave us new ideas. I think my favorite event was on Thanksgiving Day. Normally we would just have a typical mass where we set up all the seats next to each other, but then he wanted us to have a family mass, and so we put up the tables, he got bagels for everybody, and then we did the pie contest. And I think it was funny to see all the FAs sit together as a family, and it was really nice.
Since Dr. Herron got here, he came in with a plan that we wanted to not only introduce new things, but continue to bring back old things that have been done here for many, many years. But I wanted to focus on some of the new stuff. For example, when Dr. Herron first got here, we met and we talked, and we were talking about how can we create an environment where students come here not only to learn, but they come here for the community. Right? School should be fun. And I think it was an amazing opportunity for us to get the ice cream truck on the first day of school. So I think with his leadership, we've been successful in building a stronger community. I think his lasting impact is going to be immense. And this is a man that's spent more than half his life here. Over 40 years he's been a teacher, a chairperson, and now a principal. And anybody that dedicates that much time of their life to an institution without going anywhere, being here for the good, for the bad, everything in between, he's a guy that's led a life of service. and all of his service has been to the school. And I think his legacy will live on long past his time here. To work with him was a blessing because he very rarely says no to what the students want. And we were able to accomplish most of the things that students wanted to do. It was a great pleasure to work with him.
What was your favorite memory of Dr. Herron this year?
Definitely when he got us like the ice cream truck and the Aussie bowl truck. He really brought like the community together.
A big thank you to Dr. Herron for leaving us with his legacy and showing us how to come together as a family.
It is bittersweet to see him go, but because of Dr. Herron, Fontbonne has become a stronger community.
This year wouldn't have been as successful as it was if it weren't for Dr. Herron and his dedication to Fontbonne.
Dr. Herron, we will miss you and your inspiring stories. We will hold on to all the memories we made with you this year.